Hey, everybody. I am so glad you're here tonight. Thanks for joining us. I call this KwikClick Thursday, and you're here to learn about a customer network and a business network, and something that I saw and got super excited about. And it's been a while now that we've been talking about it, but all I want to say is Aaron Decker and I, our favorite words have been, it's happening. So you're going to learn about something that's revolutionary tonight, something that everybody that you know can participate in. And I hope you're as excited as I am to share the news about this. So Aaron, tell us what's going on.
Absolutely, guys. So super excited. You know, if you've ever wanted to be a part of something new, like an industry that is literally shifting and changing the way that people shop, share, and earn, you are definitely at the right place. Now, here's what's fun. Tonight, I'm going to describe two networks. Okay, so I want you to really kind of hone in on network one, which we're calling the Customer Network, and that is powered by a company called KwikClick. And that's what we're going to start with. And then for those of you that like to get paid in multiple streams of income, you might just want to pay attention to network number two. That's powered by a company called NewAge. And I'm going to dive into both of those a little bit. I'm going to show you how they tie together. I'm going to do some math based on some calculations that's going to give you an example of payout. So first, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to jump right into it. All right. All right, here we go. Guys, speaking of the new age of social selling, I mean, think about this. What we're talking about here is the ultimate in revenue share, right? Two companies with a generosity mentality, allowing the masses to participate in the revenue. So first, we're going to watch a short little video that just describes KwikClick, and then we'll jump into that a little bit more.
Welcome to KwikClick, where customers can buy, share, and earn. Meet Sam. Sam owns an e-commerce business that sells athletic shoes and running gear. Sam wants to increase her sales without increasing marketing spend, so she decides to list her products on KwikClick. On KwikClick, her loyal customers can get paid for sharing her products with their friends. Sam uploads her products to the marketplace, just like she would on Amazon or Shopify. Meet Laura. Laura is in the market for a new pair of shoes and comes across Sam's brand on the KwikClick marketplace. Laura is able to purchase the shoes and check out like she would on any other e-commerce site. After purchasing, Laura receives a unique quick link that she can share with friends to begin earning quick cash. Her friend Jessica opens Laura's quick link on her phone and purchases the pair of shoes. Because Jessica purchases using Laura's quick link, Laura receives quick cash in her account. After purchasing, Jessica can now share her own quick link and begin earning quick cash as well. But KwikClick is more than just your typical referral or affiliate platform. KwikClick rewards customers for sales they directly and indirectly influence. So, for every sale Jessica's new quick link makes, Laura will earn additional quick cash as well, making the potential for earning exponential. Laura and Jessica can transfer their quick cash balance to their bank account at any time, or can even use quick cash to make additional purchases in the app. Meanwhile, Sam can just watch as the sales roll in. Best of all, she doesn't have to worry about costs, since she is only spending marketing dollars when actual purchases are made. Start buying, sharing, and earning today at KwikClick.com.
There we go. Now you will have that in your head, that little tune in your head the rest of the day, right? So, you guys. So here's the thing: KwikClick is not network marketing. It's you buy whatever you would normally buy on a different platform, right? So Amazon is a platform. So if you were going to go buy a pair of shoes in that example, instead of going to the Amazon platform or their marketplace, you're just going to go through KwikClick, which is an app, and it gets you to the same spot. Right? You then are connected to that, they call it a campaign, those shoes. When you share it and people buy, you make commissions. When they share it, they make the majority of the commissions. You get half of what they get. And it just keeps having down to a penny. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. You know, here's just some questions that people have is my customer and their customers tied to me? Yes, but only for the specific product campaign, right? So if they start other campaigns, you're not tied to them. But if you start those campaigns, anybody that clicks on that, you're tied to actually for life. So if they ever go reorder, or if it's a service that's a reoccurring bill, you're going to make those commissions. If my customer buys another product from the app, do I earn commissions? Yes, if you set the campaign. No, if they started the campaign. And then do I get paid unlimited waves? The answer to that is no. It waves out. And again, I'm going to explain this in a moment, at a penny. Okay, here's the magic. In some of you might have massive influence on social media. Some of you might be like me and not have a lot. But here's what they're finding out. It's really the micro influencers that actually have the most influence, meaning typically the smaller the network, the more likely it is that those friends and people really do know you, like you, and trust you. And so they have a lot of similarities in most cases. And so the world is shifting. So it's not just the big influencers. So they like this too, because the people that are in their influence all have smaller influences, and it works for everybody. So you guys, this is designed for anyone to use and anyone to compensate. And we're going to show you in the business network how you can maximize earnings. All right, here's just an example. Okay, so this is an example of and it'll be close to what I'm going to show you. It's not going to be exact. This is not an exact mathematical calculation. And then I'm going to do another calculation that's, and again, these are very conservative numbers, okay? So in this example, I've got a friend, his name is Raj, and he's got a friend of his that cannot wait to put his product on KwikClick, right? Remember, it's free for businesses to upload their products, okay? So from a business perspective, absolutely free for them to be able to use KwikClick. Now, what they then do is they decide what wholesale retail margin that they want to do. Like, what are they willing to give up to KwikClick, right? It's no different than a store setting up and selling it to a wholesale to a store, that store charging retail, except for you and I now get in the middle of that money. In this particular case, Raj's friend is willing to offer 25 of the $80 to be paid out through KwikClick. All right, we're going to use the power of 5. Why? Because it's math, right? The average person has 250 people in their social influence with a 2% engagement. That's 5 people. So we're just going to use simple math and statistics. Now, KwikClick, how do they make money? Well, they're going to be they are a publicly traded company. They'll be available for trading probably sometime mid to late fall. It might get into winter, but I believe by the end of the year, if you want, you'll be able to invest in KwikClick through NASDAQ. But KwikClick's going to take 20% of that $25 right off the top. That's their cut for doing all of this, okay? Then what's left over gets split up. And so that calculation, I'm going to be conservative on that calculation if I can. So in this example, if you've got, 5 people that have 5 friends that purchase that product, and we're just going to use the power of 5. And you can see these numbers, you guys, it gets astronomical, but it's just geometric progression. Now, of course, we know nothing works perfectly. This could work less, but here's the thing. You don't know if that $80 product is going to be one of those products that goes viral. It could be far greater than what I'm sharing with you. So 5, get 5, get 5, get 5, get 5. Okay, by the time it would wave out at a penny, meaning, so the first wave, you would make $5 for everybody, all of your friends that purchase. When they share it with their friends, they make the 5, you make $2.50. When those people share it, they make 5, your friend makes $2.50, you make $1.25. Are you following me? So it just keeps having down to a penny. In this particular case, it would hit a penny at your 9th wave. But look at how many customers we created for that company. Guys, a little over 2 million customers. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of customers. But have you ever bothered to look at what is happening with Amazon? Look at all of the tens of thousands, the millions of customers, not a week or a month, but a day that Amazon is getting, right? Because they're just a marketplace. They're a platform and people are conditioned to go there. But does Amazon share the wealth? They say they got referral programs. They say they got affiliate programs, but they keep squeezing the margins. In fact, if you know any business owners, I was just on the phone with a business owner here a couple of days ago, and they make about $60,000 a month selling a product through Amazon. Here's the problem. And I didn't even know this. He told me that Amazon gets to collect all of the data. They don't get their customers' data. They just get the cash. He also informed me that when they hit a certain number, in many cases, Amazon then does a knockoff product and markets to all of their customers. So he is elated for this platform to launch from a business perspective, but also he saw the value in participating, not just from the business perspective, but from the customer's perspective and from the business network, which I'm going to show you in a minute. All right. Speaking of the business network, first I want to just clarify. KwikClick, free for any company. And again, their companies are going to go through a screening process because obviously there's going to be people out there. I hate it, but you and I both know there's people that are going to try to gamify, people that don't have real companies that want to try to, monetize and steal money. So there will be a screening process. And then those companies, once they get through that process, will be loaded on the KwikClick platform. Okay. But it's free for them. You get to buy, share, and earn free for the consumer. So instead of going to an Amazon or an Etsy platform, you're going to go to a KwikClick platform, get to the companies that you know, like, love, and trust, and buy your products, and they're going to share in the wealth with you and I, right? You get paid in waves. So you get paid not just for your influence, but the influence of others, which is fantastic. You get paid down to a penny, which is pretty cool. Users on your campaign and your customers' users. And there's no signups. Somebody says, well, how do I get in KwikClick? You'll just simply click on someone else's campaign. That'll trigger you to download the app, and you're now a part of KwikClick. So if you're here and you're interested in that, at the end, I'll show you how you can just, be on someone's list so you can make sure that you get on a campaign early. All right, now I want you to take everything that I just shared with you, and I want you to take that and mentally just put it over here. Free to use, free to share, free to earn, free for companies. Boom, that's over here. Now, if you're like most people, that sounds pretty good, right? You get to monetize things that you're going to buy, and you get to actually now monetize your influence, but not just your influence, but the influence of others. Fantastic. But what if I told you that there was a way that you could fill up and fill in all of those places, like where it stops at a penny, you could keep getting paid? What if I showed you that when somebody else starts different campaigns, where in KwikClick, maybe you're not making that money, but in the business network, you could? You see, what I know, Vanessa, is most people are interested in multiple streams of income. So we're going to talk now about a business network. Now, of course, in business, yep, you're right. There's an investment. I promise you there is. It's not very much, but I'm going to explain it to you. Okay. So you now get to accumulate volume. You get access to what's called auto balancing, and I'll explain that. It actually allows you to, there's a computer system, it's actually patented, where it takes all of your customer KwikClick volume and it allows it to be placed, and you get to make money again. And it goes on and on and on. It's through a company called NewAge. NewAge also is a separate publicly traded company. NewAge is actually a holding company that has different businesses that it keeps acquiring. Okay. So they are fastly becoming the world's largest social selling and distribution company. They already have over 400,000 brand partners worldwide. They do business in over 70 markets, in 70 currencies, 50 languages, and they keep expanding. Their payout is the highest in that industry. Here's a map of where we've got access to build. The Africa light blue, those are all in pre-launch, but are happening very quickly. I believe in some cases, especially South Africa, before the end of the year. Okay. Here's one of the main masterminds behind NewAge. His name is Brent Willis. And recently I got to spend some time with Brent. He's a brilliant guy. So this isn't just some guy that had an idea that said, hey, let's go try this. This is a guy that's got a proven track record in business now, mind you, in big business. So at 31 years old, he actually was working for Kraft, right? Pretty big brand. They said, hey, Brent, we want you to go to China and launch Kraft cheese. Brent went there for 2 months. He looked around, he came back, and I'm going to make this short, but this is all truth. He said, okay, I can launch your Kraft brand, but we can't start with cheese because first of all, there's really no milk. It's only in northern China. Second of all, there's no vehicles. Remember, this is 1991. There's no way to get the milk, and the people can't even afford the milk there, and it's 10 gallons of milk for 1 pound of cheese. He said, plus people don't even know what cheese is. He said, another problem that we have is most of the population is lactose intolerant. But he said, while I was there, I noticed something everywhere that I went. You see, everybody in China has a little teapot in front of them, and all day long they drink this hot liquid tea. He says, you have this Folgers brand through Kraft that we could launch Folgers. That would get Kraft into China. We would simply tap into a habit that already exists. It's just another hot beverage. It tastes a little bit different and gives a little bit more, pep in their step. He says, once we do that, I figured out how we can take and we can make cheese out of water, like a Velveeta cheese. And then let's go ahead and we'll sell that cheese to the McDonald's franchises that are starting. Let them condition the people to like cheese. That's how we'll launch Kraft cheese in China. I thought, wow, I don't know that I could have come up with that. You guys, he went on to be the youngest president of Coca-Cola. Similar story. He took something that looked almost impossible to do and he got it done. He went on then to be hired by a company out of Europe, and he took a little unknown beer company, you guys, and figured out how to actually buy out Anheuser-Busch and create the world's largest conglomerate in the beer industry. At that time, $48 billion. Do you think Brett knows what he's doing? He does. We're headed in a direction, and you and I get to participate in a company that he's created because he saw a trend early on, direct to consumer. How many of you have ordered something recently and had it sent to your house? Guys, it's daily. What if you and I could position ourselves in the middle of those transactions? And instead of a company like Amazon getting $1 trillion, we take that $1 trillion in revenue share and we all get to participate in the income. This is not taken from the rich and given to the poor. This is you and I monetizing our influence and getting our just reward by sharing with people in our influence and simply tapping into the new way, the way that business is going to be done direct to consumer. Now, through NewAge, the business network, how do you qualify? Well, it's a one-time $29.95. That's your business. Then what do you got to do to activate your business? I say activate to accumulate, and I'll explain that. But activate simply means you get access to world-class products over here. This isn't just a couple products. These are different companies that we continually are adding, and then inside those companies' brands, adding world-class products inside those brands. So it's extremely easy to just simply redirect spend some of your purchases that you were making and not getting paid to purchases that you can purchase and get paid. Okay, so you're going to redirect spend on the low end, roughly about $350 to $370 one time. And then if you want to stay what we call commission eligible, you or a customer, about $5 a day or $150 a month in redirected spending. Now, I saw my friend Tammy jump on here, and I just absolutely love Tammy. She is just, she's unbelievable. I mean, I'd say she's a mover and shaker, not just in this industry, but in life. But it was fun because, Tammy said, okay, well, I'll try a few things, and those things worked out, and I'll try a few more. And what she realized is, she was getting some really good skincare, but she saw, hey, why wouldn't I just try the Lucem line? And I believe Tammy's really happy with that purchase. Did anybody have to convince or coerce her to do it? No. She just simply started shopping where she could benefit instead of just giving the benefit away. Does that make sense? Here's just some of our brands, you guys, and we keep expanding. Again, we've got some unbelievable things happening. Here's some of the companies that have partnered with us. You're going to hear an announcement of other companies before the end of the year. Major companies. I'm talking about $100 million+ companies that want to be a part of this new strategy. Customer Network, Business Network. You get to work from wherever you want. My wife and I, we run a ranch for kids, and today was one of the last graduation days. And how cool is it that we could spend time working and serving and working with these kids in this organization that we love so much. But at the same time, I could step out, I could do a Zoom, I could answer a phone call. Guys, we were working all day long. But it's just not like the work that you're used to, where you go to a place for a certain amount of time and they tell you what to do. They tell you what you can earn. They tell you when you can take a break. They tell you when you can have vacation. And they also limit you to what you can earn for yourself and your family. What about just go ahead and popping the top off that thing, and you go out there and use your influence. You use your smartphone and really turn it into a smartphone, and you start to monetize people shopping, sharing, and everyone gets to earn. And the more people that you help, guess what? The more you get to earn. Is there anything wrong with that model? In fact, I believe that that is the new model and people are embracing it, you guys, by the thousands. All right, so to wrap it up, before I get into these two things and how you get started, I want to do one more mathematical calculation just to give you an idea of how the money flows. So I want you to imagine, let's just imagine the last thing that you bought online. Whatever it is, I don't care what it is. Some people say, well, it was a book, it was shoes, it was a carrot slicer. I don't know. I don't care what it really was, right? Somebody the other night said, I bought a faucet, a kitchen faucet. Well, let's just take any of those things. And just for this analogy, let's just imagine that was $24. And let's just imagine that the company that put that up on KwikClick said, hey, we're willing to give 50% of that away because we can sell our products for $12 and we're happy all day long with that. By the way, I know many companies that have that kind of margin and greater. So we're just going to use that margin. And let's just use our power of 5 again. And I'm going to be conservative in my numbers. So these numbers aren't exact. This is an example, but I'm very conservative in my math. So you share it with 5 friends who share it. That in this particular case, it waves out at 8 waves. Okay. Remember, $24 product that you bought one time. You were going to buy it anyway. You shared it and 5 got 5, got 5, got 5. You would have created $5.8 million in new business for that company that sold whatever it is that you bought for $24. Do you think they're happy? What did it cost them? Nothing until they got their money and they happily paid that advertising dollar. They didn't even have to deal with sharing that. That's what KwikClick did for them. So all they did is they took their $12, which is what they wanted. They sent you the product or service, whatever you wanted. Everybody's happy. KwikClick, and you and I do the rest. Now, here's what's fun. KwikClick, because remember, they get a little bit because they got to run their business. They made about 1.1 million. So far, you are thinking, well, geez, they're making a lot of money. Do you know conservatively what you would have made for buying a $24, whatever it was that you got? In that analogy, you would have made at a low end a little over $8,000. Yep, that's right, $8,000 because you just decided to share whatever it was, and a few people got a few people because they all wanted that widget, gadget, or gadget that you were going to buy anyway, right? Now watch, here's where it gets fun. Do you realize there will be a way where you actually, let's say you knew the company that sold the widget, gadget, or gadget, and you introduce them to KwikClick, there's a little finder's fee. It's not a lot. It's just a little bit. In fact, I'll show you that for me, I'm not even that aggressively going out to get those companies because it's such a little bit, but it's an extra, a little over $5,000 in the analogy that I just gave you. Not bad. Let's just stop there for a moment. The company that had the product or service made 5.8 million in basically free revenue because it's customers that they may have never gotten to. KwikClick made 1.1 million. So we know that they're going along, and hey, if you invested in them as a publicly traded company, they're making money. You might have referred that company. So you got a little finder's fee or a little over $5,000. You started that campaign. You made an extra over $8,000. All of that I just described is free on both sides of the equation. Now, for some of you, that might just be good enough, and that's okay. But for most of you, when I say what I'm going to say next, becoming a part of the business network, pardon the expression, but it becomes an absolute no-brainer. Why? Because you see, as a partner in the business network, in many cases, there's little bits of volume that's associated with every purchase over here. In this case, I'm going to be very conservative. I'm going to say they only give you one volume point, just one little point. It's kind of like a cryptocurrency that cashes at the end of every Friday. So it's actually better, right? But based on 1 point in the pay structure with NewAge, conservatively, had you have not been in the business network, you would have left about $73,000 on the table. Now, if you're okay with leaving $73,000 on the table, don't even consider the business network, and that's okay. But if you're like most people, is an extra $29 one time redirect spending on best-in-class products, things that you can easily find that you can replace that you're not getting paid on, about $370 one time, and then about $5 a day or $150 a month, you either redirect spend or you find a few people that do that for you. Isn't that worth it to capitalize and not miss out on that potential of that 73 in this analogy? I don't know. I thought so. I know a lot of people on here thought so, but again, it might not be for you. Well, Aaron, I don't want to build a business network. Well, you know what? You don't have to. But you see, organically, it's going to happen. Because quite honestly, I've not found a person that doesn't want to do that because they don't want to risk leaving all of that potential money on the table. And by the way, there's one other thing. As other people decide to be a part of your business network, I want you to imagine just for a moment. I don't know how big do you want your network to be? My good friend Vanessa, she wants a big network. My friend Jane has a big network. Think about everybody in that network, not just buying a few products from the NewAge portfolio because they got exclusive access to that. But what about all those ancillary purchases that they were going to make anyway? And they're quick clicking all of those, monetizing and driving volume and getting 2 revenue streams. So at the end of the day, here's the deal. You can be a part of the customer network. How do I do that, Aaron? Whoever invited you here, simply say, I want to be a part of the customer network. And when KwikClick launches, they'll find out what's on the marketplace. They'll share that with you. And then you tell them what makes most sense. And they'll send you a campaign and you're in KwikClick. Just click on their campaign and hey, start sharing away and monetizing that campaign. I'm sure they're going to be happy with you because they're going to get little bits of volume in most cases on the backside. So you win, they win. But again, if you're like most people and you're like, I don't want to miss this. I don't like just one income stream. I want to capitalize on everything. Guys, call them and say, I want to lock my spot. I say activate to accumulate. Why? Because the more volume that you start to accumulate, it maximizes when KwikClick launches. When is KwikClick going to launch? Great question. I'm glad you asked. Guys, there's working links. There's things happening right now. In fact, there's somebody on the Zoom right now who helps to run a company who's one of the beta test companies, and they're already got stuff going on. You see, it's happening. This isn't pie in the sky. This isn't someday. It's happening. So, I'll give you my best educated guess, but I believe that there'll be people that will be using links and monetizing in two ways in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Could be sooner. I believe you're going to have the ability to start to bring companies, I don't know, sometime end of September, middle of October. Well, Aaron, you keep pushing that back. Well, you know what? This is a pretty big deal and you want to get it right. Isn't something this good worth being a part of early, building a network early before everybody finds out about it? Hey, if you don't want to miss out, make sure you get back with the person that shared this with you. Tell them you want to lock your spot in the business network, or hey, you know what? Get on the list for the free customer network. Have a great rest of your day. God bless.